So first use case we got here is the submission of paper forms into Flowingly. So this fixes a common problem. You've got a paper form, you've digitized it, you've got some workflow on the back of it. Now you've just got to convince people to stop using paper, right? It takes forever, and a lot of people don't even get there at all. They can't wean them off the paper. Takes up a lot of budget, project closes, benefits aren't realized. This solution here means you really don't have to. Why would you want to try and win them off paper? It can have some great use cases, specifically in the field. Before we do that, we're going to jump into email here. And the example I've got here is an email that I'm sending to animal control. I've put a subject in there and a body, and I've attached my paper form here. So I'm going to send that email off, and that's going to start to be processed here. So just to set the scene, this is what I attached. So you can see that form there, Sean, from New Plymouth District Council.
I can see that. Yeah.
Council. What you'll see is I've given it a little bit of a challenge. I've only filled in half the form here just for the demo, but you'll see I've taken the picture on a bit of an angle. I made a bit of a mess on Taylor, but I corrected it. And also my Zs could come across as number twos. So on there, we're going to go back to the diagram here. What's going on now is this document processing model is running. So just to talk you through, this is a fixed document model, which means the PDF form must be fixed. It's always the same form with the same fields. I've trained this with 5 examples. So I've taken black and white, color, different text, different handwriting, and I'm currently getting a 98% success rate on matches and accuracy. So just based on that little bit of effort, 98% of somebody's job has now been reduced. They can do that job faster. That is running, it's looking for the fields, it's looking for the text, and what it's doing is ultimately populating this flow at the bottom. For those of you who've not seen Flowingly, this is how you draw your processes, and this is the technology working. If once you've drawn it, it is working. So this is not like a diagram and then your tech is separate. This is it. So we've drawn a step which is the digital form, and that's now going to be filled in by AI. That could also be used by itself as a public facing form on your website. It could also be used at the front desk. If somebody arrives and says, hey, I'm here to register my dog in this use case, you can fill the form in live. So multiple.
So just for clarity, Liam, like you're saying, it's one workflow, but it could have multiple entry points. It could have the email coming in like you've just done. It could have someone at front desk filling it out, or someone filling it out on the council website, for example.
Correct. Yeah. And it really means you can reduce that change management effort. You can say, we won't get rid of the forms, or we've already got a form on our website that we don't want to touch. You can keep that. There's all these different entry points that just open up to you. So that's being filled in. We then have a second step that is again going to the front desk, and that's to register the dog and generate a payment. We're doing automatic emails. So that's another common kind of use case is, hey, this can just keep people updated. So that could reduce a phone call. We're then doing the receipt and the issue with the dog tag. And then we've got a decision point here just for a real small example. But if the person's not there at the counter, we can send an email saying your tag's ready for collection. So what we'll do is we'll flick over to Flowingly. So this is Flowingly for them who've not seen it. We won't go through every tab, but this is an internal Flowingly user view. You've got at the top categories, start and custom categories you can have. So you can have finance, IT, parks, whatever you wish. And these are all the flows that you could start as a workflow. We're interested in to do. So think of this as your inbox. You're a member of the team. This has just popped up and said, hey, you've got something to do. So I've been left this screen on for a little while, but we'll see there's 5 things to do now. And in the dog registration, there's currently 2 registrations in progress. So they've both got the same name. So what I've decided to do is bring the AI detected name as the subject. That's a common search field. And you'll see this one was started 3 hours ago. That's my plan B in case things don't go right. This was started 2 minutes ago. So straight away, you can see I've submitted this twice. So you're going to jump on and cancel one of them submissions, whereas sometimes that might not be detected all the way through the back office. So we're going to click on this first one and we're going to see what AI has managed to do. So there's 2 halves to the screen here. Left-hand side in Flowingly is the full history, what's happened on this particular job, not a lot at the moment, and a model. This is exactly where we are on the model. Right-hand side is what you've got to do. So if we look at this, it looks like AI has nailed the name, the surname, looks like it figured out Taylor, the phone number and my email. So 100% success. If I'm triaging that and I think something doesn't look right, it's also attached the original form that I could open and have a quick look at what was actually submitted. So we'll step through this flow. We won't step through all of them, but conscious there's people here have not seen it before. We're going to press submit down the bottom there, and you'll see the flow dynamically changes. So because I'm still in the front desk team, it's come straight to me saying, now do this. So it's like a flashcard experience. This is what you do in this order in this system. I've got some task list here to say I've done this and I've done this. I've put a database in here. So I'm going to choose that this fee is an urban dog with a pensioner and it's the entire dog. And that's going to look up to say, based on that, it's $115.50 in New Plymouth. So be interested to know if that's cheaper compared to some other councils on here. So I'm going to press submit. You'll see that's got an email. So it's automatically gone. That email's gone. So I don't need to send somebody an email. So if we look at the history, you'll see now this is starting to build, right? This is the form. This is what I did. And it said, hey, dear Liam, thank you for applying. You owe us $115. You can pay via the following methods: direct payment, online portal, in cash. So that again has reduced a piece of admin for someone. And then literally we just step through the task. So for this particular one, I've included a decent procedure on where you get dog tags from in the council, which cupboard, which payment method. So let's say it's a bank number, a bank transfer. We'll put the tag number in here. And I make a decision to go, okay, if the owner's in front of me, I'll give it to them. If not, they must collect it. And if I press submit, that will send an email to the owner to say, it's ready for collection. Come on down and ask for this tag number. So pretty powerful use case on all areas there.